Holy dashboard, Batman! Hello there, welcome back to Building the Boys. Now got issue 12 of Hachette's Batmobile Tumbler. Now, you get a fairly old lump in this one, a nice big chunk of dashboard. We can see all the widgets, we'll have a look at that in a minute, but there is very, very little to do in this. Very little. We are applying 2 stickers to the side panels, and that's pretty much it. But it is the way it is. Now, I've seen people that are worried about, you know, this is real slow moving, we're not really moving on, and I've seen the comments online and things like that, and chill, right? I mean, this thing ultimately is going to turn into a sodding great tumbler. It is. But the little bits need to be done as well. That's the way it is. So when it comes to the minutiae, pedals and things like that, you're going to have to do it. So it doesn't matter when we do it. You're not all of a sudden going to have a honking great car. You're not. Typically how this goes is we build a bit of suspension, a bit of that and whatnot, and then we start building interior. And that's definitely what we're doing for the next 4. We're starting to build the interior. Now, again, it might not look like it's much yet, but trust me, this is going to grow, and it's going to grow impressively, and you're going to have this kind of, ooh, you're going to have this nice part. I know you want the outside shiny parts, but it's coming. Just, you know, have some chill. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Helps the channel massively. But without further ado, let's look at the parts we've got in this one, and let's get into the build. So here is the dashboard that we get. It's nice, right? I mean, it's a unique dashboard, I'll certainly say that. I have no idea where the steering wheel goes, because I'm thinking, well, it's got to go there, but then I'm looking over and going, can't. So I literally don't know where the steering wheel goes in this. I can't see anywhere for it to go. So again, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be unique, but we're not using this yet. We will be using that soon, but we're not using that yet. So what else do we get? So we get some 3M strips, and we get this. That's it. So what's going to happen with this is, if I can show you this here, you can see the tumbler is on the sort of scanner there. This is going to sit in there like so. And all we're going to do to achieve that is we're going to add 2 strips of 3M tape here, and that is going to be it. So let's get that ready. So I've applied the 3M strips here. You can see when the backing comes off, that's what it's going to look like. So we get the backing off this one as well. There we go. Backing comes off. And then quite simply, we're going to take our instrument panel here, slot that in place. And that is it. Well, you know, that's it. But what we're going to do is this wheel, and I believe it's in the next one. This is going to fit in there, like so. So that's where that's going to go into the console. I don't know if that's the right way up. I assume it is. That's where that's going to go. That fits snug already anyway. So that's, yeah, but that's where that's going to go. So you can already see from the dash here, this is, light will shine through this, definitely. You can see, it's not, I wouldn't say it's opaque, but you can certainly see that's going to light up. I think when this is lit up, it's going to look really nice. I genuinely do. But that is all for this one. There really is not much to do in that. There really isn't. But let's have a chat. So that's that one complete. I mean, you know, you get these. So you get these ones and think, oh man, is that all I've got to do? Yeah, but you know, one day you'll be thankful for that when we're trying to wire up servo motors and it takes us an hour and pulling our hair out. You'll think, God, I miss just sticking 2 slices of 3M tape onto something, trust me. That's all for the build instructions. So if you're just stopping by for the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe, helps the channel massively. And we'd love to have you on for the whole journey until we can take this thing for a cruise through Gotham. If you're sticking around, we were talking about Batman 89 in the last one. We were talking about Batman 89 again in this one because there was a lot to unpack with Batman 89. And we spoke about, they've now got the go to make Batman 89, but now they need to find their cast. They need to find Batman, they need to find the Joker. And that wasn't going to be easy. So here is my Batman. Michael Keaton. For me, Michael Keaton is Batman. For a generation around about my age, Michael Keaton is Batman. That's it. There are other men that played the Bat. He's the Bat. Now, amazingly, that's not always been the case. So when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman, Warner Brothers received over 50,000 letters in protest that Michael Keaton was going to be playing Batman. They lost their minds over this because at that point in his career, Michael Keaton was known as a comedic actor. That's what he was. He'd done Mr. Mom, he'd done Gung Ho, he'd been in Night Shift, and he was known as a comedic actor. And they thought, well, he doesn't have that darkness. These people clearly haven't seen Beetlejuice, because I think if you see the work he did with Tim Burton earlier on Beetlejuice, you can definitely see that's a man that can play Batman, because there is a darkness to it. It's a funny character, but there's a darkness to him. And when I'm sure Tim Burton noticed that on set, that there is a viscera behind that performance, where you're thinking, yeah, we put a cowl on him. And how right they were, because he's superb. He's a fantastic Batman. He's a fantastic Bruce Wayne. But he wasn't the studio's choice by any means. The studio had a lot of people lined up, and some of these you think, really? But they did. So they wanted an A-lister as Batman. I don't think you need an A-lister as Batman, because Batman is going to be bigger than whatever actor you get to play him. But they wanted an A-lister. Harrison Ford is who they went after for Batman. But they also, and this is bizarre, Bill Murray was considered for Batman at one point. Mel Gibson was considered for Batman. A lot of guys were considered for the role of Batman. They eventually pressured Tim Burton into saying, you need to go for an obvious action star. You have to go for an obvious action star. So they pressured him to offer the role to Pierce Brosnan. Now, Pierce Brosnan hadn't been Bond at this point. He narrowly had just missed out on Bond. He was supposed to be Bond. When Timothy Dalton was Bond, it was supposed to be Pierce Brosnan. But Pierce Brosnan was in a contract with a TV show he made called Remington Steele. So he did everything. He did press stills, everything, but could not get out of the Remington Steele contract, so went to Timothy Dalton instead. So Pierce Brosnan's the kind of nearly man at this point. So he was offered the role of Batman by Tim Burton, and he turned it down. He said, I don't want to play a comic book character, I'm not interested. And I think part of that was there, and I think part of it was kind of hoping Bond was going to come back around. So eventually they reneged. They were like, okay, fine, we'll go with Michael Keaton. He convinced, said, look at his performance in Beetlejuice, he's fantastic, he'll be great in this. And he was. There is something deeply disturbed about the character of Bruce Wayne, and I think Michael Keaton brings that perfectly. Compared to other Bruce Waynes we've seen that are all a bit pissed off and angry, there's an air of psychotic about Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. He's awesome. He's really good in it. And I think he's kind of getting that redemption now as well with his appearance in the new Flash movie. People remembering how good Keaton was as Batman. Because I think when you've had all these other Batmen that have come after him, you forget about it. And then the Nolan films were hyped so much, and they were so good that you forget Keaton's movies. But he's my Batman. He really is. So every hero needs a villain. So they went after the villain, and the villain, they're like, okay, well, we'll go for an unknown. And they didn't go for an unknown. They were let's look at known actors, but aren't going to cost us a lot of money. So they went for John Lithgow was considered as the Joker. Tim Curry was considered the Joker. David Bowie was considered as the Joker as well. Ray Liotta was considered to be the Joker. A famous kind of misconception is that everyone thinks Willem Dafoe was touted for the Joker, and he wasn't. Willem Dafoe was actually considered to play Batman. He was never considered for the Joker. I can see why. You hear an AC, you think Green Goblin and whatnot, but no, at the time, Willem Dafoe was considered for Batman. Jack Nicholson was never really on the table, because they didn't think they could get him. And they very nearly didn't. Jack Nicholson's Batman deal is insane. So Jack Nicholson, yeah, I'll play the Joker, but this is what I want, right? So he had this massive list of demands. He's got a hell of an agent, and he's Jack Nicholson, and he got all of them. So his demands were, I want a set fee. And that wasn't you get X amount of money, and that's it. He's like, right, I am working 6 hours a day. That's it. And he's like, I'm not getting up at six in the morning. I'm not being on set at 7 in the morning. This is not happening. He said, I don't start filming until 9. That's it, right? So 9 in the morning, that's when I'll turn up and you can start putting the makeup on me. I am then done by 3. That's it, right? And they were like, okay. They agreed to that, which is nuts, because you think, well, how did he get that? But they agreed to it because they wanted Jack Nicholson. So that's my hours. So he's basically punching in and punching out. He then negotiated a cut of the profits. So he got, no one knows for sure, but they believe he got between 3 and 10% of the profits of Batman 89, which is massive. He also got a cut of the merchandise. We'll come to the merchandise, but my God, was there a lot of 89 Batman merchandise. And the most amazing deal that he got, and I swear this is true, you can go find this out. He got something in his contract. How this happened, I don't know. Every time they make a Batman movie, they got to give Jack Nicholson $1 million. And I think that deal lasted 15 years. But the deal was, every time you make a Batman movie, whether he's in it or not, you got to give him $1 million. That was the deal. So you can consider him for it. But if you don't put him in it, it's $1 million. And they agreed to it. So Jack Nicholson, and top billing as well. He needs to be top billing on the poster. Even though Michael Keaton's playing Batman, my name goes first. They gave him all of this. They gave him all of this, which is absolutely remarkable. But his belief was, I can sell the movie, so pay me to sell the movie. And he ain't wrong. I mean, a lot of the marketing for Batman was focused on Jack Nicholson. A lot of it was. So the pictures that came out that they were pushing everywhere were of Jack Nicholson. The clips, where does he get those wonderful toys, was the clip that was going everywhere. And my God, is he a good villain. Jack Nicholson is superb as the Joker in Batman 89. Now again, time is a strange thing. So you look at that and you think of other portrayals of the Joker. So we look at obviously Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker, and also Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, and they're all very different. So as a character, he's perfect for those films. Now you look at it is getting a little bit campy. When he's dancing around and changing the paintings, it's a little campy, it is. But I think it's one of the most accurate portrayals of the Joker that's been done on film, for the simple reason he just likes busting chops. It's funny. That's why he does it, because it's funny. This is why I want to do these things. It's funny. I enjoy it. It's funny. Whereas all the other ones have this kind of nihilism or this, and it's like, no, I do this because it's funny. You wouldn't get it. And I like that. I dig it. The makeup's great on him. The performance is great. He is psychotic. Jack Nicholson's laugh is just iconic in it. And my God, is it a hell of a performance. It's a tour de force. But that's all about 89 Batman for this one. We will be back in the next one to talk about the release, the premiere, and how well it did at the box office. And we will be building more of the dashboard with more of the panels to go on the side. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. We will be back very, very soon with issue 13 of Hachette's Build the Batmobile Tumbler. I will see you then.